Hello, hello. All right. I don't know what is going on with my audio today, but it is not liking things. But I think we have audio now. So, bot killer. I am the bot right now, dude. I can't hit nobody. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so just trying to waste some time, I guess, until football starts. So I thought, I don't think I've done a video on these custom teams before. So I thought we'd get in here and take a look at the teams that are going to be involved in the custom league I'm going to do. See if there's anybody we want to change. So let's go back down to... God, that's loud enough. See if I can reduce that some. Hello, hello. Alright, that's better, I think. Alright. So we'll start at the A's here. So we have the Alcatraz inmates. Take a look at their unis. And team photo. And their cards. Pretty happy with that one. Anaheim Harmony, they'll be involved as well. This is a two-tiered league. There'll be some movement from division to division after the first year is over. This will be a sim league. I was going to control the team, but I think I've decided against that. So yeah, just taking a look at everybody, and that's the way they look. Home and away on the left. Arizona Fusion, that's another one that'll be in. I think we need to change the hat over here, though. Yeah, that's better. Couldn't see the logo there for a second. Shoot them all in the face. Yeah, I'd love to. I can't hit nobody lately. Alright, next we have Arkansas Pandas. Pretty happy with these guys. Astros, Athletics, Atlanta Hooters. Pretty happy with these guys as well. That actually, I believe, was a replacement team for somebody else that I was not happy with. Atlantic City Aces. If I could speak this morning, that'd be good. Pretty okay with these guys as well. Austell Arrows. Low-level player to get more bots. Yeah, I know. I've been playing no builds with a group that I met through Sammy, and we've got a win here and there, but it's not because I played well. Austell Arrows there. I haven't seen you on lately. Where you been hiding? Biloxi Barracuda. Buffalo Beasts. These guys actually, I believe, won the... Haven't played in months. Well, I mean, how am I going to get bot players if you ain't playing? We did change the color scheme on them a little bit. I believe they were mostly teal and white. We added maybe a little black too. We added in some brown to kind of go with the teal. It's not a huge change, but a little bit. Camargo Commandos. Pretty happy with these guys. And I just changed this team. They were the Carlsbad Bats, but their logo was different and the color scheme was different. So I just got through changing these guys. Invited you a few days ago. Really? He didn't mention it. I don't know if I was on when he did that. Took up time during the week. Well, I was gone pretty much all day yesterday helping my daughter buy a car. She got rear-ended the 9th, I think it was. And they totaled her, well, it's technically our Tucson, but she'd been driving it since we got my wife's new car, and I had a Mustang, and everything was paid off. And of course, my wife got rear-ended in my Mustang, so I ended up getting a new car payment. And now my daughter's got one because of other people not knowing how to drive. Alright, so that's the Carlsbad Bats. Kind of a sky blue and a purple, almost. Bluish purple. And with the Charlotte Knights. These guys are kind of somewhat based on a football team that I did in Madden years ago. Kind of. Logo-wise, anyway. Alright. DC Spirit. This is one of my favorites here. They turned out pretty well, I think. I just updated these guys. I did have them as the Dallas Stars, kind of pretty much copying the NHL team, but I didn't really want to do that, so I changed them. They are the Dallas Mongrels now. And obviously with the Dallas Stars being the team that was kind of being copied before, they were color schemed as well to be the same. So this is a completely different color scheme from what we had. Almost like maybe a Virginia Tech kind of color scheme, sort of. Somewhat. Anyway, that's the Dallas Mongrels. At the Daytona Dog Pound. Now these guys are kind of in all my stuff. I like the concept, so kind of keep playing with it. So I kind of got the same kind of scheme as the Mongrels do. I might have to... I think I'm going to change that maroon here to brown. I think the initial thought was maybe the old Buccaneers colors, but let's see if we can do a... Pretty easy to manipulate things on this game, which I like. Yeah, darker brown. Yeah, let's do that. That's a little bit better. Alright, then we have the Denver Avalanche, another play on a football team that I've done. Kind of the custom. If you guys watch the custom Madden teams, this will look familiar. So don't mind that. It's pretty good. And Dodgers. Then we have the Dresden Danger. I think I have one similar to this also in the Football League, but their color scheme is much different, I believe. I don't think I called them Danger either. I think they're called something else, Doom or something. They're kind of a mint green and black, I think, in the football world. I actually like the purple with the red, black, and white. Turned out pretty good. Then we have the Edmonton Extreme. I actually just changed their color scheme. They were kind of all over the place with their colors. And I don't know if anybody watched the Madden. If you watched the Madden 08 football league that I started, this is kind of a play on the color scheme for the Powerhouse. Kind of green, and then they're really light washed out yellow. That one looks pretty decent. I think it looks better than it did. And then we got the Fayetteville Flood, also involved in the football. Same color scheme, thereabouts. You can't do RGB values in this game, which is one thing I wish they would update. So you could get the exact color that you want. But it still turned out pretty good, I think. And we have the Fort Myers Flamingo. Actually, I was a little torn with these guys at first, but I really like the way the color scheme turned out and the unis. Might be rooting for them a little bit once we start it. Hey, what's up, Eric? You want to get this game? Oh, dude, the customization on it, dude, is endless. Like, it's crazy. If we could only get a football game that has this, which I was hoping they were going to do, but EA bought them out, so I don't know if we'll ever see anything from them. I'm hoping that maybe in the NCAA or something that they're going to be involved in getting the customization available. I don't know how that's going to work, but I would hope that's what they bought them out for. All right, next we got the Fort Smith Thunder. I kind of like these guys too. It ought to be pretty cheap now, Eric. This game's been out quite a while, dude. Oh yeah, yeah, I can't wait for that, dude. The new golf game, how you feeling about that? Actually, either one of you. Dwayne, have you seen it again? The new stuff? Oh, he might have left. Find something to do. Well, you should be shooting bots. It's weekend. I was kind of on the fence about the golf game, but I think I'm convinced that I'm willing to give it a chance anyway. I mean, really, at the end of the day, I don't know that it could be any worse than the one we have. I mean, theoretically it could, but hopefully it's going the other direction. All right, Gainesville Gods. I actually like the way these guys turned out too. These are a play on a football. I believe it was a football team I had before as well. I mean, I understand what you mean, but at the same time, I didn't enjoy this last game. If I play a local match, I can play decent. As soon as I go online, it plays completely different, which is pointless. I don't understand the point of practice if it's going to be that different. Like, it has to be the same. The tempo has to work the same. I don't know. I didn't like it, honestly. 21, I thought, was their worst game. I mean, I understand. I get it. They've gone to the NBA 2K formula, basically, or at least are heading there. And they took a huge step toward that, I think, with this game. But everything I've seen, I'm still willing to give it a chance. I mean, your other game that's coming is EA, and we know that they didn't do well last time they made one. So The odds are that this is still going to be the game that you'll play. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't argue with that for sure just yet. But again, I'm willing to give him a chance. The thing that's going to save that game, if anything does save it, is the designer. Because I don't think EA is going to have one. And I think that's one of the reasons they bought up the rights to all the big stuff, because they think that'll help them, and I don't think it will. Yeah, the designer. Yep. I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, again, I'm willing to give him a chance, but all right. So that's the Gainesville Gods. Get on to the next team here. That's the Garland Grizzlies. Another play on a football team that I've had before. And I was able to actually mimic the logo quite closely. Not exact, but really close. I think so. I think for me, Eric, part of the reason I'm willing to give it a chance is because it's different. And I dislike this last game so much that that's what I'm hungry for, is something different. Something that's not that game. I mean, to be totally honest, I felt like when they went from 2 to 19 wasn't terrible, but when they went from 19 to 21, I thought they were going the wrong direction then. So, to be fair, this doesn't really surprise me that much. Well, that's how I felt about it, but I watched a lot of the Next Maker videos, and I saw enough there that I'm willing to give it a chance. They made the short game harder. Like, not everybody's going to be, at least at first, not everybody's going to be just chipping in everything. It looked like the penalties for bad shots are less exaggerated anyway, but it also looked like it was much harder to pinpoint a shot. Which I will tell you, I've seen some of the people that wait, I think I'm too loud on my voice here. Just pegged out. It looked like. Hang on. I will tell you some of the streamers that I've seen that were shooting 15 to 18 under every damn round. They don't like it because they can't put the ball within 2 feet every shot. And I absolutely think that's phenomenal. So if that is true and it holds up over time, I will love that part of the game. I mean, that's one of the things. I don't know what TGC Tours is going to do though, with all the variety now that's in it, and you also have the three click swing available, and I don't know if that's controllable in the societies. I've not seen that yet. Upgrade your player differently. I think that's what makes it interesting, though. I think what's going to really matter is if one of the metas is more dominant. Like if they're evenly matched and people want to pick them for like my game, like I have no timing. I can't hit a perfect in this game. So I would probably lean towards that being my uh, archetype. Yeah, I mean, I worry about that part, but only time will tell if that's true or not. If they're evenly matched to where people will need help in different areas will pick that meta, then I'm okay with it. Because for me, I could give a shit about distance. I need to hit accurate shots or I'm not going to score. It's just that simple. And again, I think it's a little harder to hit the tempo this time. Yeah, you would think that. Left in the dust. I mean, it's possible, but then again, I was left in the dust in this game, so it's really not any different for me. I could not play. I mean, I have a good round now and then where I'd shoot 12 or 13, but it was rare. Like, I certainly couldn't do it 4 rounds in a row on tour. Yeah, well, to that point though, I think it's gonna. I think some of it could. I mean, it could be the putting as well. So maybe the power meta won't be the meta. You know what I'm saying? But again, only time will tell. Anyway, we got the Georgia Jacks next. Get back. No, I was doing the thing. I gotta get back in the window here. All right, so there's the Georgia Jacks. Kind of creepy. It's kind of what I was going for with them. And that's a play on jack-o'-lanterns, so that's why orange. And the Hartford Whalers, if anybody remembers the hockey team, blatant copy of that stuff. Didn't play long. Yeah, I mean, I was never good enough to try sim. I couldn't even play with the grids on. How am I going to do it without the grids? Never went through Q school. I did, but so in 19 I was on, I guess it became Corn Ferry, whatever that was called before. And this one I did Q school out of the gate and got A, and then now I'm all the way down into C or D. I think it's D, Delta. Yeah. Oh, on TrueSim. I never could do it. I tried it a couple times with Ben B101, not B101. He used to play with us all the time. Lives in America, but he's from over the pond. God, what the hell was his screen name? He designed a little bit as well. And I think his son started playing it also. I cannot remember his name. I know it's Ben, but I can't remember his screen name. I play Fortnite like once every 5 months with him. I still can't remember his screen name. Alright, so that's the Hartford Whalers, just to play on the Hawks. Blatant, absolutely copy of the hockey team. Only because they're defunct, so I thought I'd throw them a bone, you know what I'm saying? Alright, then we got the Honolulu Hurricane. Kind of a somewhat of a play on the Chargers colors, but not the baby blue, Carolina blue, whatever you want to call it. Hot Springs Express actually just changed their color scheme. Went to kind of a grayish gold with a outright yellow. Like that looked better. I had a maroon and really dark gold before. I didn't think it looked that good, so glad we changed that. Looks a lot better now. Houston Sting. We actually just changed them for something else. I can't even remember what they were. Just went to black and gold to go for like a color of a bee and a few stripes there to bring that kind of in more. So digging that one too. Joplin Generals. All right, Eric, have a good one, boat. That's where I grew up, so I threw them a bone with a team. Kansas City Crusaders actually changed this logo, and I believe the color scheme's changed a little bit as well. I can't say I love it, but it's not terrible. I have other ones I don't like more. Las Vegas Aces, I'm kind of okay with this one. Also, also a play on one of the football teams I had. There's that. This will be a 2-league system, 32 teams in each league, 8 divisions, I believe. And the top one and bottom one will move, except for obviously last place and first place. Although I could make it even more interesting and maybe have all of them move so that the top. Well, no, because you want the bottom one going to the top tier, right? Because yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. All right. So this is also a play on football team Louisville Luck. The big clover there, partial. I did that on a few teams, the oversized logo. The Manitoba Kraken. A teal and pink color. Similar to the Flamingos, but not quite the same. We don't have any of the pastel yellow that they kind of got. Pretty happy with that one. I could maybe tweak the color scheme a little bit. We'll see. I don't mind the way it is, though. Melbourne Blasters. Yeah, like these guys. Kind of a play on the Nevada college football team colors. Like the way they turned out. Memphis Mallards. It's one of the first teams that I did. Actually like the way they turned out as well. Another oversized logo. Dig those guys pretty well. Mexico City Mud Dogs. This is kind of a play, obviously, on the Waterboy color scheme and all. Pretty simplistic for these guys. Miami Hammerheads. Kind of a straight up teal and gray scheme. Now I will tell you guys, if you're interested in customizing, let me show you this here. So if you look at this panel over here, this is totally created. This is all pieces put together. There's nothing in the menus or anything that give you a hammerhead shark. So this is totally created with shapes and outlines. And I think you get, if I remember right, it's 32 panels, including text. I don't know if there's a limit to the outlines, but as you can see, a lot of these logos are like this too. They're all pieced together with shapes to get the end result of what you're looking for. So yeah, a lot of them are created in that fashion. So if you're looking for something that you do have the ability to create custom stuff, I definitely recommend this game. It has one of the best logo creators in any game, with the exception of maybe what was the football game that had the great physics that didn't go anywhere? God, what was the name of that thing? It wasn't Blitz. I cannot remember the name of it. Yeah, they had the ragdoll physics in the tackles, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of it. Michigan Mayhem. So kind of a faded blue and faded gray scheme with these colors here. Don't mind them. The Goya Ninjas. Something else I want to point out that I did with these two is So I created the logos and the uniforms in the logo creator designer, if whatever you want to call it. And then I researched names for the players. So if you come look at the roster, these are going to be Japanese names because Nagoya is in Japan. So that was something I did. You'll see a Soviet team in here as well. That is, it's Russian. It's Russia Reds, but the word is in Russian, and so all of the player names for that team are also Russian. So that's something that I did throughout the league. Any team that was not based in the U.S., I looked up and constructed names for those players. All right, on to the next one. We got the Nebraska Energy. Somewhat of a play on Seattle's colors, but not exact. The blue would be much darker if it was a real play on them. But we did want the blue and green contrast for these guys, so that's what we went with. New Jersey Night Stalkers, also a play on a football team that I've done. New Orleans Nukes, also a football team that I've done. My son's team, New York Spartans, that logo is created as well out of shapes. Now you do have some options in here with the images, so you could have picked something in here like a ninja or something of that nature, but instead of that you can do props as well, but you also have the shapes. So the shapes is what I built the ninja's logo with. So if you come down below the letters, you can see that all that's pieced together just like the shark was. So again, not a whole lot of limitation for what you can do in this thing. The one thing I wish was done a little bit better is the outlining. So to my knowledge, if I outline the New York Spartans here, so let's add that, right? And then we move it all the way up to just the letters. So right now it's just doing only the letters, but you can see outside of that on the letters is the orange, and that's because of that one. You can't block it like you could in the football game I'm talking about. God, what was the name of that thing? Let's see if I can find it here in a second. I don't want to save the changes. But that's the one thing I don't like about it is the outlining is a little bit not quite what it should be. Let's put it that way. So if let me see if I can find this game. This is not giving me what I want here. Let's see. Well, still, I'm not finding it here. Let's see. It wasn't. It wasn't O Pro. It was not O Pro. All Pro Foot. If I could speak today, All Pro Football was not it. It wasn't one of the blitzes. I cannot remember the dang name of that though. Sorry, my ear itches. It was not Doug Flutie. It was way before that game. I owned it too. I cannot remember the name of it. I may still own it, to be honest. Why can I not find this game? Backbreaker, that was it. Holy smokes, dude. I could not for the life of me remember the name of it. Alright, so that's the New York Spartans. Again, my son, I think he just was spiting me when I made him create a team. It was a football team originally on Blitz, I believe it was. So this was his name, New York Spartans, and color scheme. So I think I kind of pressured him into it, and he just didn't like the idea of me doing that, so he just made up something he thought was horrendous, and then he's kind of stuck with it for years. So he's 22 now, and he still makes the same team. All right, next we got the noon and night. I actually did change these guys. They were just black and white, and the logo was different. Actually, they have an in-game logo. Now, this is what I was talking about by creating whatever you're looking to create, right? So you see the logo there, but what I originally had was this, and then I had added from the shapes a bunch of stars, and I had a black and white. So when I created this, as you can see, I pieced it together. Just like the other stuff I was talking about. Now the stars are actual stars out of there that I showed you before, and then just layer them to get that effect. But the moon part is actually just pieces together. So again, you can create pretty much anything you want to try to create in here for the most part. So pretty happy with those guys now. Oklahoma City Slaughter, another play on a football team that I did. Really like the way the logo is for this one. I liked it in the football game as well. Like the color scheme. It's kind of the old school Oilers color scheme. Next we have So I have a real baseball league in here as well, so they're intermingled. So we have the Reno Revenge. I've been contemplating changing these guys. So that's what they look like currently. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I like a lot of the other ones better. So I've been contemplating changing those guys. That's why it was on them when I first started the game up. We have the Richfield Rage. Also not completely sold on these guys. I could be talked into changing them as well. Now we have the Rochester Cox. I stumbled across this logo. It's a little bit different than what I have. The corner of the R is rounded on the one that I saw, and then the where I have the gold around the R, including the beak, is all white on the other one. And I changed it up to be gold on this. Because really, if you think about it, they're normally that stuff's yellow, not white. So I changed that up a little bit. So if we go look at the uniforms, nothing major, pretty straightforward. Got a little brown in there to mimic the feather colors. We could go with straight red and yellow, or if you kept the yellow white, you could go straight red and white technically, but I'm mixing in a little bit more color, so that's what we went with. Pretty happy with the way they turned out. Here's the Russia Reds that I talked about. So we can go look at their uniforms. Just kind of somewhat Kansas City-esque. Chiefs. Kinda. It's more of a gold than yellow, though, to be honest. Pretty happy with the way they turned out. And then if you go all the way over to the roster, they have Russian names. So that's how we did that. And we have the Sacramento Savage. Pretty happy with these guys. Red, black, and brown. A little bit of white thrown in. Pretty okay with them as well. San Antonio's Steelhawks. Now, these guys were completely black, white, and gray. And then I went in the other day and put like a steel blue in there to go with that to kind of break it up just a little. I actually do like it. I might want it a little bit lighter even though. So let's go play with that for a second. So here's what I was talking about with the colors. They don't have the RGB numbers. You have to play with this little grid. Do I want it darker or do I want it lighter? I think I want it lighter. I like that. I think that's fine. All right, so that's the San Antonio Steelhawks. San Diego Stingrays. I just changed their colors to yellow and gray and black. I did have a little different color scheme on them. I might be fiddling with that also because that's similar to another team we have, but we'll see. Next we have the San Jose Maneaters. This is actually a play on one of the football teams as well, color scheme wise. So I like the look of that as well. San Quentin Convicts, another football team play. Thanks, Bo. Alright, San Quentin, another play on a football team I have. Just have the lock on the hat. Pretty simple. Saskatchewan Studs. I'm having so much trouble speaking today for some reason. I wouldn't be opposed to changing these guys, but I like the way the uniforms turned out. Just not sold on the actual logo yet, but it's all right. It's just kind of okay. Appreciate it, Dwayne. Um, so possibly could be talked into changing them a little bit, maybe at some point. Sioux City Shuckers. I like the way they turned out as well. It's kind of a, I would say, a New Orleans Nukes color scheme with green instead of black. Similar to that, I would say. Maybe a little bit different on the gold color than that, but close. But I don't hate the way they turned out either. Springfield Thunderbirds, I really like the way these guys turned out. Springfield right down the road from Joplin, where we have the Generals stationed. Again, this is a tiered system, 64 team, 2 league, 32 teams in each one. Will be doing sim league for the baseball game. We have the Stockholm Stealth. These guys are just peach and black, pretty straightforward. Most of the time I have the home team as white on the jerseys, but every now and then if I have a color nobody else is going to have, I try to go with that for the home jersey. Tigers, Topeka Twisters we have. Like the way these guys turned out. It's almost like a gunmetal kind of gray with the yellow. I like the way it stands out. Contrast of color is pretty good there. I like it. Next we have the Toronto Canadiens, also a football team that I've done before. Kind of a play on that. I can't take credit for this enlarged logo on the jerseys, though. I did see that from someone else, and I don't have it on every team, but I have it on some of them. I did highlight. I did outline these ones here. The one I saw did not have an outline on it. It was just the actual item itself. So I tried to manipulate it here and there where I could for different teams, but it was not my original idea, unfortunately. I do believe I did French for these guys. Yeah, French for the Canadian team. Then we have the UK Tramplers, United Kingdom Tramplers. I actually love the color scheme for this team here. Kind of a rust along with the blue and gray. I think it turned out pretty good. I guess it's kind of a brown, isn't it? Like maybe a kind of a rust color brown. I don't know. I like the way it pops though. Toronto does not speak French. You saying Andre can't speak French? Come on now. Then we have the Valdosta Voodoo. Oops, that was the wrong button. There we go. So just purple, red, and white and gray. Like the way they turned out as well. Washington Redhawks. These guys were changed to be the Redhawks. I can't remember what they were before, but I didn't care for it that much. I still don't know that I'm sold on it, but it's kind of similar to the way the studs look as far as the uniforms go and the logo on the jersey. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Kind of like the studs. I believe that's the last. Oh no, it's not the last. We have the Wichita Wolfpack. Also a play on a football team. Love the way these guys turned out. He's from BC. And that is the last one, the Wichita Wolfpack. So that's all 64 teams that'll be in the two leagues. Depending on, some of them changing, because like I said, I'm not sold on every single one of them. I like a lot of them. I'd say all but two or three I really like. I didn't care for these guys before. I'm a little bit happier with them now that we changed the color scheme and everything. I don't like the fact that it puts all the teams together, though. I wish it would separate them better. And then you can cycle through whatever league it is. Well, it still tells me which ones are in which league, though, so that's kind of helpful. So if I go over to this league, these are the ones that are together here. And I did all this randomness on Google Sheets to assign the leagues and everything. So that's one I'm not sold on. I don't know about that color scheme just yet. So I had some ideas written down, like a play on the Oilers. I kind of already have that with the Slaughter, a team called the Orbits. Owls, but that's kind of maybe a replacement logo for the Hooters. I'm not sure on that yet. A Pirates, not sold on that yet either. Quakes, like earthquakes, play on that. Storm, and then Stingrays again, only because I don't know if I'm happy with this logo or not. I did piece this one together also, but I can't say that I love it. I don't hate it, but I don't know that I love it either. So then if we go over to the other league, I'd say I'd be more inclined to change a couple over here, I believe. That one I'm not truly sold on yet. I don't mind the name. I just I don't know that I'm sold on the logo just yet. Um I don't know that I'm sold on that one or that one yet. So updating any of those three to something different, I could probably be talked into. If anybody's got any input, I'd be happy to hear it. But I'm also looking for more than just that one sucks, change it. Like what kind of idea do you have? Anything that could be helpful to what to change it to, perhaps? Or maybe you think it just needs a color scheme different, change to that. And if so, what would you suggest? We're right at the hour mark. I'd say if we wanted to monkey with any of this, I'd got about another hour or so. And definitely not opposed to changing something right here on stream if we need to. I can always hit X and cancel back out of it if it doesn't look like it's going to pan out. So If anybody has any kind of suggestions, I do have, like, where I got the ideas from. I have a list of a bunch of logos that were put out. If I can find them. It's in here. Yeah. So if you come in here, so like I said something about orbits, right? Which I'm a little intrigued by. So you come in here and find the one that you're looking at. Which is this one. It doesn't have to be exact, but something like along the lines of a play on that would be interesting, kind of. So I do have, and again, we don't have to keep it if it doesn't look like it's panning out. So let's take a look at that, right? So let's shrink that. I don't think I want to do it on that one just yet, because I like the concept on that one. This one I don't like too much of anything about it, so let's see what we can do for this one. So go into edit the logo. Get rid of that for now. Get rid of that for now. Get rid of all that. Change the, oops, not that. Change the name. The font is more like that, I think. Skinny. Let's see what else we got though. So 8's a possibility. I don't hate 10. Maybe that one. 17. So I think 8 for now. So let's move that up a little bit so we can work with it. So prompt, so baseball. So do we have colors for that? We do. So let's go do a secondary color. Red. So shrink that down, and that was actually up here, right? So I think let's do that. So then we'd have to use shapes to so I think we're going to want that over here, right? Something about like that, perhaps. And then we'll move it down, so it's behind that. An outline up here. Something like that. And then, do we have anything that can come from... I think that's going to be... Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. What else we got? Something more like that, maybe? Hmm. Like that. Let's see, do we have anything that can extend that for us? Not what I wanted. Something like that, maybe? Hmm. See, that's the outline stuff I was talking about. Mm. Mm. Hmm. So let's see if we can extend that. There we go. So that. Hmm. Do we want to change colors here? I think we do. Hmm. So like that, and then this was. That's not what I wanted at all. Mm, Hmm. I don't know. What do we think? I think that's too far. I don't know. I can't say I love it. But again, I didn't like the other one either, so there's that. I mean, obviously, we'd have to change the unis, but I don't really think I love the. I don't really think I love the theme either, the logo or any of that. Honestly, I mean, I guess it could be. Yeah, I think those are just too thick for one. I still don't love it though. Hmm. Mm. Where did that come from? Okay. Try this again here. So what do we want to do here? I mean, it's got to be that, doesn't it? I think it has to be. I think I'm okay with the socks. Mm. Let's do white, I think. Like solid white. Alright, so something like that, maybe? I mean, I do like it better than the Revenge, now that I see it. I don't know, it's growing on me a little bit. I still like it better than the Revenge, though. So what about this one? What about this one? Don't still have one open then. So see, I was thinking about changing the Hooters ones, like something like that. I can't see my mouse, so that's helpful, isn't it? So I was thinking about maybe doing a Pirates for this one. Poison. I had that as a football one before. I kind of like that, but I don't think I have quite enough stuff available to do that kind of thing. Man, there's so many. So many pirates. Hmm. I wouldn't mind something like that, but I don't have a lot of fonts to choose from to be able to make that. Hmm. What else we got here? And that is a football team too. See, I was gonna do something like that and call it Powerhouse. I wonder if I could do anything like that. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's see if we can do anything with that. Alright, so let's get out of that. Lobo. So, let's see. First thing we want is the baseball. Go with this one for that. Then we want a circle behind it. And red. On a road rotate it to be on the side. And then this needs to come down. Actually, maybe it doesn't as much as I had done it. Like that. And then we have an outline. White. And then we have an outline of, in this case, yellow, but we'll go with this color for now. All right, so then behind that, we have some lightning. Let's try that one. I'm going to have to make these smaller, however. Okay. Mm, I don't want it exact, and it's certainly not exact, so I'll stick with that for now. Do I have a triangle? An actual triangle? I do. Alright. Rotate that. Not like that, looks like. Behind the baseball. And behind the circle. There we go. No, no, don't want that. Alright, so do we want to change colors? Because it looks like they have a yellow. A red and purple. Darker than that. Something like that. Color-wise. We need I'm going to do this a little different here. Let's see what. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Font. I think 3. Try to stagger these a little bit, kind of like the look on the thing, so they actually do overlap, so let's do that. That one is actually, it looks like they're just shrunken, not really. So we'll do that. So then this one we copy. Now this one is raised and a little bit bigger, I think. So then copy that one. Hmm. So I don't think it. I don't think it changes it once if I do that, does it? No, it doesn't. Hmm. Hmm. I don't really have the same kind of font per se. Hmm. Yeah, none of the fonts are really close to that one, to be honest. That's not what I wanted. All right. Actually, okay. Not quite. I need a triangle to be black. I mean, I don't. Actually, these are there, but they're lower. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I'm a little limited in what I can do with the outlines. That's part of the problem, but it's decent, I suppose. I do want to look at this. Hmm. All right. So then I got to. So I want to do that first, right? All right. So that, and then we do that. Now you have a deselect all on here, but you don't have a select all, so I don't understand why they didn't have both. All right, so can we do a? I wouldn't need it on the other ones, but can we do a It's fine. It's fine. Alright, what do we want to do? Oh, I don't go that far. What do we want to do for the unis? Actually, do I want to keep that color scheme too is another question. So, I don't feel like we do, to be honest. So we get with that. I'd almost rather have the away be that rather than the. Yeah. Do I want to. Hmm. I honestly don't. Hmm. Well. I'm okay with that, but I might change the uniform design. What else we got here? I want that. That does stand out with the color contrast, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't want that. Just had one. Mm, Alright, so we need a different number scheme over here. Mm. Hmm. Yeah, I like that brighter green being kind of just an accent color. I like that better than what I had. I didn't mind the name Richfield Rage, but I did not care for the logo and whatnot. Actually, I didn't even look, though, to see if they had a Rage in the list, to be honest. That's not what I wanted. So, R. Well, I do have some. Mm, yeah, I don't really think I like any of them enough to have gone with that. But we'll scroll through at some point again and see if we're good with what we got. Looks like we got 6 minutes to football, so I think we're going to end it there. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I'd love to be able to do stuff like that. That'd be. I mean, it's only a two-tone color. I might be able to use shapes to do something like that. Looks pretty cool though. I think that's actually the Colorado State logo, but just a different color scheme. I think that's what they've done there. Pretty close anyway. It's like they inverted the colors and then changed them to blue and white. I don't know if we're exactly where we want to be just yet. We're close though. Uh, So I don't know that I really want to kick it off just yet, because I think I want to do something with that. I don't mind Kansas City Crusaders, but I need a different logo, I think. That one's a little bit... I don't know. It seems a little convoluted to me. I like a lot. Where did my... Oh, I must have closed it. I like a lot cleaner look, simpler. It's also easier to... It's also easier to create them with the shapes if they're a little cleaner. So let's see, did they have any Crusaders in here? Crusaders. Crushers. Crush. Crows. There's some. This is the one I was trying to do. I don't have that exact shape, so it didn't come out quite right, but I didn't mind it there. I don't like the one I ended up with, though. Maybe something like that. It's a little cleaner. What's this here? I think we got a sword here, don't we? So why is there a big ball? Oh, it's a baseball. Why do we have... Oh, it's through the... Okay, I got it. It would be... I think it would be very difficult to get it to look like it was going through the baseball in here. So probably won't do that. I'm actually kind of liking that one. So we might do another stream to create that and replace the one that we have. Although I don't think it would take too long. And that's just straight purple and white, which I don't know if we want to do that. Although we could throw some gray in there on the unis and be fine. I don't think we could get it done in 2 minutes, but I think we'll do it another time. I did want to mention, I'm going to close this down here and see what I get on the... I should get the desktop, I think. So I think we're going to do that one more team, and then we might be ready to go with this after that. But what I wanted to show is, anybody hasn't checked out Sunday Rivals, I would give it a look. It's an indie game. It is by 26K. It's pretty good. Legend Bowl's pretty good. It's pixel art though. If you're against pixel art, I suggest this one. This game here has customization. It does not have logos, however. I wish it did. It doesn't. But I am working on editing these teams to be legend rosters just to see how it plays out. And I have 4 more left to enter, and then I have to go back and do the looks to make sure they look kind of like their real life person on the field, at least. So there's that. I definitely suggest checking it out if you get a chance. So if you come over to look at the players, it looks like this. That's the way they look on the field. It's almost like a 3D Lego football, kind of. It only offers 5 and 6 minute quarters, and it only has a season mode, no franchise yet, but hopefully that'll come someday. They just added the season not too long ago, so hopefully they'll have one. But I suggest checking it out. It's pretty cool. It looks really good on the field. The lighting system is good. The ball physics look a little strange, kind of. And there's a little bit of a quirk with the 2-point conversions. There's also a typo where it says that your kickoff went 45 yards when it actually went 65. But that's minor things. Hopefully they'll get that cleaned up at some point. Also, we did finish the NFL 2K5 on the emulator legend rosters, so that will be coming soon. Also, check out Christopher Slovic on YouTube. He'll be doing a version of it as well. He's also doing some cool stuff with Pro Strategy Football 2023 and Out of the Park Baseball. He's doing what he calls Creator Cups, which is people who create content that tune into his channel, like myself. We get to pick our 10 favorite teams. Doesn't have to necessarily be World Series winners or Super Bowl winners, but he takes those teams that we choose, and then he gets rid of any duplicates across different people, and then he puts your resulting 6 teams out of those 10 into your own division, and then they play outside the division too, but whatever the standings are in the division, the winner of that division gets into the playoffs with the rest of the Creator Cups first place teams, and that's how he creates his playoffs, which is a pretty cool concept. There's also something I've been thinking about trying to do with Pro Strategy Football 2023 if I buy it. It's only $20 right now. I suggest it. They've improved it a lot, and the live TV scoreboard is just phenomenal looking. I love that facet that they put into it this time. It's a brand new feature, but it's really good. You can click and get highlights as the game plays, any game across the league for that week. You can click on it and check out the highlights from it. It's pretty cool. Um, and I think they do that because they use the same sim engine as they do to watch it. Like the watching of it is kind of like Out of the Park Baseball. It's kind of already done, but that's a graphical representation of the plays that happened. Something of that nature, I believe, is how they do it. But it's pretty cool. And you can do it without revealing the scores, so your highlights tell you who wins. So that's kind of cool. It'd be nice to see them add like the old ESPN week recap, like Berman used to do on NFL 2K5. Add a feature like that would be kind of cool. Of some kind. I doubt it'd be the same graphically, and certainly personality, but something like that would be kind of cool to see. Anyway, I think we're going to get out of here. We got some Red Zone to watch, and we got a bowl tonight, so I'm sure I'll be falling asleep. Didn't go to bed till late last night and got up early this morning to make the family some oatmeal because it was requested. So, um, I definitely suggest checking out Sunday Rivals if you get a chance. Legend Bowl's another good one to check out. They have one called Football Simulator in Steam, but my computer can't handle it, so do that one at your own risk. I think it's pretty cheap if you want to check it out. It's called Football Simulator in Steam. Anyway, the NFL 2K3, as I said, the rosters are done. I've sent them over to Chris, so both of us should be starting a league with that shortly, a Legend Sim league of some kind. But I'll talk at y'all later. I thank you for checking this out later if you do that. And those who stopped by, appreciate it very much. Until next time, be good to each other. Peace.